Hey there! Welcome to my channel. My name's Elfbuggin, and if you haven't been here before, my channel is about finding my style as an illustrator and falling in love with my work again. It's also about just having fun, which is what I always mention as well. Once again, I have clicked the recording button when I have not put a timer on, so hold on. Let me put a timer on really quick so I kind of know where I'm at. So, I haven't made a video in 2 weeks, guys. Dude, I have, not been doing well. I don't mean that to stress you guys out. I mean, I haven't been doing well when it comes to, just the channel and, art in itself. I've been feeling super overwhelmed and stressed out. And that's not just, really with life stuff. It's really just, the pressure that comes with making stuff as an artist. So today's video is actually just gonna be me, talking about this new drawing I'm working on, which has just been every video I'm I'm working on something else. But it's been the only thing to keep me drawing is just doing something else and not always finishing the last project I was working on. So anyways, this drawing's not finished, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's really super duper hyper exposed, overexposed, for some reason with that. I've noticed that when I screen share my iPad through OBS, my drawings look super duper blown out, which is bad. That's not what it actually looks like. But I can't really control it. Or I'm sure I could, but I haven't figured it out yet, so that is on my to-do list, as is 500 other things when it comes to the channel and stuff. But, so anyways, before I jump into, this drawing, I just wanted to talk about my little struggling a little bit. I have talked about before on the channel that when I was in school, in college, and actually in high school, so long ago, I really struggled with ever doing art for myself and having fun while drawing. Also, by the way, I'm really sorry that my PNG tuber is not super accurate when I talk. I'm gonna fix that too. Anyways, I never would draw stuff for myself because I had such overtly high standards for myself. And obviously, art just takes time to get better at. And it's not that I don't think I could have been making cool stuff at a younger age. I just expected that, my drawing was supposed to look good after so much time had passed. And when you don't have that much experience with what you're drawing, anime or anything, for that matter, and you don't draw that often, it's just gonna take longer to do your sketches and your rendering and all that stuff because you want it to look a certain way and it's not looking that way, and then you start getting stressed out about it, and it's just really normal, to be honest. It's so normal. And once you get quicker while you draw, because you're learning how to draw anime or whatever it is, your sketching process will go by quicker, is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, so I'm happy that I love drawing so much more now than I did in college, where even the act of drawing wasn't fun, and it was really, really hard for me to do. But now I'm having this pressure of I want to enjoy drawing, but then I'm constantly wondering, is this something I can sell? Or is this getting closer to me figuring out my style? Or am I going to go viral? Or some junk like that. And when you focus on that too much, I can feel the stress build up in my chest and in my head, and I really don't enjoy drawing or doing anything of that matter. And although I do love jumping from drawing to drawing, I kind of feel what would happen is I'd sit down to draw something else to take my mind off the last thing I was drawing, because I eventually put too much pressure on myself when drawing the previous thing that the only way I could calm down was just completely ignoring it and starting something else. Kind of like what I did with this drawing. And I don't know. I have so many goals for the channel and for myself as an artist, and I'm beating up on myself that I don't exactly know how they're gonna come to fruition. Like, I don't know. I can't envision what those things will look like, whether it's like the style I end up landing on, or the booth that I eventually would like to have at a con and stuff like that, and what exact products I'm going to sell. And it gets so hard when you try to like pin things down like that. It gets exhausting. I feel like when I sit down to work, I'm just constantly thinking about all the things that I want to do. So that's tabling and getting more product in my store and making my videos better and like giving my my PNG tuber more emojis and all that stuff, or emotes and junk. And it's like the list is so long, and when I have a list that big, I don't get anything done. So I feel like there needs to be like a master list of things I want to do, and then I just focus on one project at a time, no matter how much my silly brain wants me to figure it all out at once, you know? Because that's just not it. It's just not going to happen. Like, I keep telling myself, why don't I just sit down and plan everything out, every project, so that when I go to sit down and start the projects, I can get them done exactly the way I want them to. And that's all the things I just mentioned, like the tabling and all that stuff. And I'm just like, whenever I sit down to think about doing that, I'm like, that sounds horrendous. Like, that sounds like my life would really, really suck if I feel like my brain would go, like, explode if I tried to do that. But anyways, that pressure has been really stressing me out. And I haven't been drawing, and I kind of felt burnt out from YouTube. Not like I was actually making videos. You guys were already seeing me struggle to make videos all of May. And I just feel like I kind of hit, like, the peak of stress of how the videos were making me feel. And I still really like YouTube, and I like what I've done so far on YouTube. I'm not saying I want to stop or anything like that. I just always, I have this bad habit of making myself feel bad if I'm not as productive as I'd like to be, or if I take a long break from anything. I like struggle with convincing myself why that's a good thing or why that should be okay. But besides that, in general, like, it's just been kind of hard. I keep thinking about, like, jobs and, you know, dumb life stuff, like bills, and how I want to be an artist, or I am an artist, but I want to, like, be a working professional artist. But when I sit down and think about applying to jobs, I get really stressed out. I know I don't want to work in a specific kind of office, like the one job I left, but I know I, like, need a job. So I'm like, I guess if I was doing art every day, that'd be awesome, you know? But then I'm like, what is that job and where is it? Well, as you can tell, I'm starting to spiral and all this stuff. So those things have also been on my mind. Not to get, like, depressing. Just kidding. I get depressing a lot on my channel sometimes. But yeah, it's just been like when you want answers to multiple things in life and you start overthinking about it. But I think today I talked to this amazing artist. Their name is Phie Green, and I've mentioned them before on my channel and how helpful they've been. But besides how helpful and amazing they are, like, they're also super funny, and their art's really good, and they make me laugh, and I like talking to them. They're really just, like, a genuinely kind person. And I really value that in them. But I talked to them today just because I was asking them for some advice, because, like, they have got it together, bro. Like, they are the blueprint. Like, they post, they commit themselves. Like, I love it. And I'm sure if she was here right now, she'd probably be like, girl, I swear, there's more I could do. There's more everybody could do, you know what I'm saying? I genuinely really look up to this person because I feel like, you know, she's so dedicated to what she does. And when I was talking to her, I was telling her about how I've been, like, struggling with doing things and, like, not feeling the pressure. And I basically was like, dude, what is your exact strategy to getting things done? Do you plan it all? Yeah, do you plan it? Like, what do you do? Do you time block it? Do I just need to get into that? I never liked that, but should I just, you know, bite the bullet and do it anyways? And she was like, to be honest, dude, I just really, really love what I do. And I'm so excited to work on it that's why I find the time to do it, you know. And I've said this before a million times on the channel, that you have to be excited about what you're doing in order for it to come out in a way where you're happy and proud and you have the energy to finish it. But there's this balance that I struggle to find of like, how do you keep yourself on a schedule so you're getting things done and you're accomplishing, you know, dreams and goals and all that stuff in a manner, and then how much do you leave to chance and to like to serendipity and stuff like that, you know, things that you can't plan. Oh my gosh, Chowder, I'm literally recording. I wonder if you guys will be able to hear that in the video. And I mean, obviously I reference my ponies a lot because I'm very proud of them. And even now, like, I started Rarity in June of last year, I think. I'd have to double check. But the sketches I did for them were 6 months before that. So I took a long time on that project, not because I was working on it every day, but because I like kept coming back to it, having fun, and then getting dissatisfied and then walking away. It was during a time where I was tapping back into finding the excitement in art without school being there. I was like really early post-grad and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is that project was like really pushed with such excitement that I wasn't really worried about the timeline. And every time I would sit down to render these ponies, dude, like, I'd knock them out because I was having fun and because it was something I was interested in. And like my brain wants to compartmentalize it where I'm like, all right, what's the next project for the next 3 months? That's a little excessive. What's the next project for the next month? And I want to have 4 projects and I want them to be so figured out and blah, 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 that they're exactly the way I want them to look, right? And that's just not it. That's just not how it's going to be, you know? That's not how the ponies were. Now, you can, like, get things done quickly if you're interested in them is the whole point. And I think it's finding, and I've said this before, but, like, reminding myself that it's okay if I don't know what that balance is yet for me, but that I'm capable of finding it, you know? So I hate to say that. Sometimes, I hate to say it and I don't hate to say it because I don't think it's a reality that you should ever put yourself down for. You know, like, you're constantly figuring things out as an artist. You're constantly figuring things out as a person. And if you give yourself that, like, that, what's it called? I'm having a brain fart, guys. If you give yourself that kindness and patience, you'll find your solution a lot quicker, is what I'm trying to say. You just gotta, like, take the pressure off of yourself. And so, like, last 2 nights ago, I was, like, feeling the pressure of all the drawings and all that stuff. But I hadn't drawn, obviously, in a while. And I was like, oh, God, I just want to draw, and I don't want to, like, sit here and make it into something. Like, I don't want to have to know what it is. Can't I just sit down and draw and have fun, regardless of if it turns out good or not? And I sat down, and I actually drew this drawing. So this is the progress of it currently. This is not the time lapse. Hold on, let me pull up the time lapse. Just don't look at any of my bad projects. Okay, anyways. So this is the original file. And this is the video. So we can, like... Oh, God, this was me telling somebody how to paint hair. So just ignore that. Anyways. So I start off with an anime eye, as we all freaking do. And, like, I drew this face, and I really liked, like, the proportions of the face. And I was like, wow, this is, like... I've told you guys I really only draw chibis, so it was really nice drawing a more proportional girl for once, because I really wanted to do it. And then I like literally pop off with this hair, this little front piece. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Let's keep going. I hope you guys can see this. And I'm just like having fun, trying to find like the shapes. You can't tell because of the overexposure of the iPad right now, but I have like a really rough sketch beneath it, and then this is the nicer line art. And then I found this solution with line work that I've literally heard of before, where when you draw 2 lines and like merging together, make them thicker, right? Or like always make the lines thicker towards the bottom. This looks so pixelated. I'm sorry. It's the time-lapse replay always makes the video a lot more pixelated, okay? Anyways, so, like, here I am, like, redoing my lines and all that stuff. That ear, bro? Bro, check out that ear. That's good. That's really good stuff right there. Hold on. I keep checking my timer just in case it, like, goes off. So, anyways, I guess I'm just showing my time-lapse because I never showed my time-lapse in videos. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm so proud of myself. How did I just remember how to draw or something? This is great. Like, do you ever sit there and you're, like, drawing and you're like, wow. Like, I don't know what possessed me, but clearly I know how to draw. So, anyways, this is usually me trying to figure out the colors, and I'm in INFP. I forget what those are called, but it's like a personality test thing. And I always see this chick with green hair in, like, the art that's made over my personality test. So I was like, I'm gonna draw this girl with green hair. I haven't done green hair, like, ever, so I thought this would be really good. And this is just me doing the hair the way I do all my anime girl hair, which is, I want to make it look, like, look juicy, is what I always say. I want the hair to look juicy. This is me struggling to find skin tone, like, blushing. Like, look at this, what's going on here? And then I wanted to put strands beneath their hair, and it just wasn't looking good, so, like, I, like, erased most of it. By this point, when I'm doing the hair like this, guys, I'm literally suffering. Well, I'm having fun, but I'm also, like, this whole time I was doing the top of the head, like, look at the crown of the head. I was like, no. Look at that big eraser. No. I was like, I'm so upset right now. So I left that spot, and I went back to the left side, because I was like, I can't do this. And then I did this strand of hair, and I was like, yeah, like, this is looking good, I guess. Every time I render the hair, I genuinely feel lost and afraid until I'm done with it. And by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, it all came together. How lovely. Everything worked exactly the way I wanted it to work. Like, what's going on here? I couldn't tell you. Like, I'm just kind of, like, leaving my body when I color things because I'm having that much fun. But yeah, so anyways, I'm not done with this drawing. But I drew this the other night, and I really had a lot of fun. And as you can tell, the whole reason I just spoke about that time-lapse is because I sat down and started this drawing from a literal anime eye. Like, I didn't even, like, do a skeleton where I drew the head and then the body and the shoulders, and then I drew the face and eyes and placed them. I just, like, put together a face and then didn't even know what pose I was doing. I just kind of hoped for the best because I was like, I knew the general vibe I wanted. I wanted, like, I don't know, kind of like a meek-looking girl on the shyer side, you know, like that kind of body language. And I was like, I want to draw her shoulders. I really want her wearing a shirt that accentuates, like, her shoulders and neck and stuff. So anyways, I just kind of, like, went with it. And by the end of the night, even though this is only as far as I got, I was super duper happy with it. And I was just like, I don't need to know what this drawing is going to be for or how it's going to look at the end. I really am just having fun drawing it. And I'm very happy about that. And I just feel like, you know, one, you don't need to be productive all the time. It's, like, such a joke that we need to be productive all the time. Because the times I try to make myself draw, dude, like, things go so bad. They go so bad. I'm hating it. I'm telling myself maybe I shouldn't even be an illustrator. You know, like, what am I doing with my life? And I just feel like the more practice I get, this whole channel too, I'm kind of like word vomiting. I apologize. This whole channel is about just having fun and exploring my style, and it's okay for drawings to look completely different from one another, and it's okay to, like, really try something more textural one week and then something more chibi instead of proportional one other week. Like, it's whatever, you know? Like, it's not, nobody's over my shoulder telling me what to do. But sometimes that can be really hard when you're, like, self-directing yourself, when you're telling yourself what you should be doing. Like, it can be hard being my own boss and being like, you have to show up today, dude. Like, you gotta draw. So it's, like I said, finding that balance and having fun, and remembering that no matter what, even if I'm making stickers for some show or like a shop update or something like that, if I'm not having fun, they're not going to turn out good anyways, you know. And it's not bad to take a week break or 2 week break from drawing or even videos. It really isn't. Like, the world's not going to stop spinning. And instead of just sitting there feeling bad about it the whole time, I could have like sat down and really relaxed. I mean, I ended up doing that towards the end. Like, the last literally 3 days, I've just been like kind of recalibrating and bringing my energy back and just like reminding myself and taking the time, like I said, to remember those things. And that's why I'm here saying those things in this video. And I have my ideas and plans for the channel and where I want it to go, but sometimes I get really hung up on being perfect and doing things a certain way, and then I stress myself so much out from it that I don't do it at all, you know? And I really don't know what this channel is going to end up doing or being. I kind of feel, I'm very excited about the channel, but it's very kind of like mysterious. I don't know what will happen with it or what my videos will be like a year from now or anything like that. So just trying to find something that works for me, you know. But anyway, so that's the end of this vomit video of me just talking about my feelings and a little bit about this drawing. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or if there's anything you wanted to mention about the video, if anything resonated, or even advice. Like, if you have advice for about like how you balance your art with your day job, or like how you make, if art's your main job, like how do you find that balance of like feeling inspired and interested in the work that you're doing while also taking breaks as needed, and what do those look like? Whatever you'd like to say, guys. I'm just like throwing anything out there. But I hope you liked today's video, and especially art, because I'm very, very happy about it. And I will see you in the next video.